try to get things going here. The other thing to keep in mind for DarkZero is that while for a team like EG who don't need to show anything, DarkZero still have not, in my opinion, established themselves the same way that EG has, and Rise Nation will once again ban nobody. So for the very first time ever, we had a Pro League team and a Pro League broadcast ban no operator, and so far today, through 2 games, the most banned operator has been the round. He's essentially droning himself in. He's going to be joined by one of the members of DarkZero, not too far off of that study doorway, and Nyx is not going to make it too far in because Crazy, despite being droned twice, will still get the better of Nyx.
Now you got Acid right behind this pillar, behind 90 window, constantly being droned out by Jarvis, who's going to contend from on top of this shed roof. I guess the easiest way I can convey this spot. He's going to fall off the roof after he utilizes a lifeline to blow open the wooden barricade. Now the ADS's one of the ADS charges will be burnt out, but now BC will be downed as well. He'll be cleaned up by Hyper on the Evil Eye. Now a frag grenade being sent in, it'll land, but it won't do any damage to Acid as he's still in depths behind the pillar. Now he'll be forced out of his position to fight against Jarvis. He'll lose that one out. A nice cleanup there, but another one for DarkZero will fall. Hot and Cold eliminated by Crazy, still at the top of these stairs. So it's down to Jarvis and Mint now to work out of a 2v4.
You're going to see Mint go down as well as England downstairs on the roam, completely undetected. He'll head towards the main stairs with Jarvis on, obviously, anticipating that Jarvis might be in that position. Essentially, you hear the rappel on in, and well, there's only one thing to do. Peek them while they rappel. That's Hyper very easily taking out Jarvis, focusing on in as best as he can, channeling his energy. There's no successful entry for DarkZero into the building. He's anticipating there will be greater counters to Blitz, and he's not going to be anywhere near as aggressive a role as he could be under Blitz. Look at this, just plant in the doorway. Nobody from Rise could stop this. Hot and Cold is going to get a free plant, and DarkZero have committed next to nothing to just be able to walk out with the successful plant. The only person who's dead is Hyper, who died spawn peeking, and everybody else is still completely alive. Crazy started to counter defuse as Mint is there to just watch. Hot and Cold takes down his second. Mint grabs one, Nyx grabs another. Where's Vandal? He'll tussle with Hot and Cold. He'll end him. Nyx pops in. Oh, a beautiful shot from Vandal. Waiting for the shield to drop. And Mint will still win that fight anyway. DarkZero will answer back on a pretty cheeky push on in. And just go for a defuse behind the Monte, knowing that there's no counter utility to bat them away. It was a pretty easy but impressive round from DarkZero.
But now Jarvis is taking damage from the floorboards as well. Hot and Cold on his upside-down rappel escapades will collect a kill onto Crazy. You've also got a smiley face, but here comes the interrogation. England able to force out all of the intel out, and he's got another one down. Going for a second, but Vandal will clean it up through the floor. Hot and Cold out on rappel and leaving Mint alone on the shield on the opposite side of the map. England could go for the run out here, but he'll think better of it as Hot and Cold now in a brazen engagement up against Hyper, who appears to be prone, trying to peek with the Alda through those breach holes.
You always get all the fun, Rob.
I try.
There you go.
Jesus.
Well, England's going to drop anyway, but he's going to get splattered by Hot and Cold. Not much left of him to work with. Vandal's low on HP, but other than that, you've got good positioning for Rise Nation for the time being. You've still got an opportunity for these toxic canisters to do great work. Mint's not going to be able to do much. Another kill for Vandal, and Hyper will shut down Hot and Cold, giving Rise Nation their second round in a row. Really crack things open with that interrogation, and even though it's only 10 seconds, it gives the defenders every bit of information as to where you are. Now, it's very likely that your
foot of Mint for one moment, that could be lethal.
And it looks like he did, though Nyx will take out England. Once again, go back to this 90 hallway. It'll be the ACOGs battling against each other, and Acid will show Nyx a seat for the rest of the round. There's Acid trying to get that kill for quite a while, and he'll finally have his hard work and patience rewarded. He's going to use the pillar for cover as he's got the Zofia dumping all the utility in. Jarvis had won this fight previously when these two players tussled with one another. But Acid's going to be very important here now because the smoke will choke off any opportunity for the attackers to push on down, putting Vandal in the doorway. But Acid knows that if he peeks, he's going to be right in the crosshairs of Jarvis. So you have to be really particular about the way that you play this. Doesn't look like Jarvis has any utility left to deal with, though. So Acid and Jarvis will just be in a straight-up gunfight. Some of the wall of the smoke also disappear. As that push down Classical Hall, it's going to get really tough here for the attackers. Montaigne will take point with Vandal still there. Oh, he'll grab Hot and Cold. The shield comes down, unable to outduel the Montaigne, but Crazy will take Mint down. Acid beats Jarvis on Rappel, and it's all up to BC in a 1v4, but he won't be very long for this Earth. Crazy will pop out and take him down, and there you have it. Rise Nation now with 3 rounds through the 4 rounds that we've seen, looking very good on defense. And despite that one hiccup in round number 2,
here for DarkZero.
it's possible with Jarvis up now. The only problem is that one tick from that toxic canister will kill Jarvis. The withstand only brings you back to 5 HP, even 1 pellet of the shotgun as well. But oh, you don't need much HP to do that. Just absolutely tears Hyper to pieces through the wall. And this comeback potential is very real. Acid an opportunity to possibly take out the Hibana. They'll line up, but DarkZero have swung it back and forth. Vandal, who's been having a banger of a game, disoriented, will have to pop on out. He's got covering fire, not that much. Double from Vandal, Rise, a huge round. It will go either way, but Rise Nation will take it off of a miracle run from DarkZero to make it that close, yet still so far, technically, since there's only 13 matches actually played in this region due to Orgless being removed, to possibly find yourself not in that last position. Vandal's going to pick up yet another kill. He's going to down Mint on the very first interaction. Vandal finished off 2 for Nyx. He's on the R4C. You see that the rest of Rise Nation will be recalled to site. 3 for Nyx! Whether it's the G36C or the R4C, it doesn't really matter. He's got 3 kills so far, and he'll be looking for England. That'll be all she wrote, though, as it's a double for Rise. They'll pick up 2 and equalize this in a 2v2. 1 minute to go. There's England able to grab Jarvis, looking the wrong way. Shut down by BC, putting us into a 1v1 with Crazy and BC staring off against one another. The gun unequivocally in the hands, the better gun unequivocally in the hands of BC. The C4 will get tossed out. It'll miss just a little bit short. BC taking no damage in that interaction at all. Go for a defuse yet again. Crazy will bait him off of it. Just waiting, but there goes BC. 40 seconds left. Crazy on in, once again, forcing BC right off. It's going to be a game of chicken. Who blinks first? But BC looks like he'll stick it for the most part. Seeing the smiley face, Crazy. Will he be the one smiling? No, it'll be BC. As DarkZero will finally pick up a second round. It took them quite a while. And they'll emerge from the first half down, with Rise Nation having a lead 4-2.
Ah, down to the 1v1. Nyx was on one that round, that's for sure. Honestly, that entry just not...
You've made those evil eye cams far more vulnerable. The Twitch drone for Hyper is going to do great effect. But any advantage you had just essentially evaporated, with Crazy losing that fight to Nyx. You'll also take down one of the 2 sets of smokes that you have in Rise's hands, leaving a lot more pressure on Acid to flush out those ADSs, or his team to flush out those ADSs, so that you can actually get the smokes down amidst the cover of said smoke. BC will win the fight against Hyper, and now DarkZero will take an advantage in numbers.
BC walks away from the fight at 1 HP, and England and now Acid are separated from one another. Jarvis on the peek out. He'll land 2. Acid and England both go down, leaving Vandal last alive. A 1v4 now as he peeks down the hallway with diffuser control surrendered just at the envoy of 90. He's got to push his way up this tumultuous hallway, honestly, and you've got peek holes now opened up on the floor of the wall from Study in behind bar. You got Toxic Babes bringing out now, and there's not a lot to be done as flashbangs come soaring out in pure desperation. These prone holes aren't going to offer much. You still don't have diffuser. Everyone from DarkZero will stand pat and await for an opening. And it'll be Jarvis throwing out an impact grenade. It'll still land and do some damage, but it'll take a headshot for his troubles. 2 seconds left. The time will expire. Vandal will not collect the round, and neither will Rise Nation. It's DarkZero now, storming back, taking a round back in their favor. It's 2 consecutive for them as well.
Defense got a win on Villa. Defense will win at least Vittle above as well. Very similar spot, and look at that. He's hitting his shots. He'll take Hyper down 2. So 2 big kills for Jarvis. DarkZero opening things up well, and all that it's cost you is a little bit of utility and about 50 HP from Jarvis.
It's a 2-man deficit right now for Rise Nation. He's still got these punch holes in the base of the walls, but you still have to push your way across to the actual objective. Nyx will drop and take down the silent flank of England. So there goes your Ash. It's now down to Vandal and Acid. Last 2 remaining in a 2v5 to work their way out of. You still got Nyx playing the top of East Stairs, and Jarvis cutting off any rotations from 90. So for DarkZero here, it's an easy lockout. The ADSs will take out the smoke grenades. Okay, that is very unfortunate. Flashbang will now rain down. Hot and Cold will hold off the angle on a pixel. Still got the Echo drones rotating as well, although Vandal will win out his fight against Hot and Cold, so not to be deterred just yet until Nyx will burst right through the breach and take him down. Acid an immediate trade, but inside of the connector, Acid will not fall to Jarvis as expected, but can't land the shots while disoriented by the Yokai. Mint will finally lock that one down. It was toiling down to Anarchy in the dying moments, but DarkZero able to collect. And that's a drawn scoreline now at 4-4, so it looks like we will be going the distance.
Glass, who's just going to look for that sliver of yellow. So you hear the telltale sign of the glass rifle firing off. A frag grenade will go in. Mint's going to have to move at some point. This is a lot of utility that's being expended. Oh, pop out shotgun. Can it connect at all? No, it won't do enough damage. There's Jarvis with 2 more kills, and Hot and Cold will add to it. So Hyper will need to try to keep his team in this fight, but very minimal HP left. This is going to be a daunting task. There's still a dock up on DarkZero's side as well. So as low as Jarvis is, it's an opportunity that Hot and Cold could possibly get Jarvis back to full HP. There's going to be goo mines in the way, and Hyper might actually be low enough where a single goo mine is his undoing. And that's exactly it. Another massive round from Jarvis, which isn't something that we've said a lot for DarkZero, but in this case is ringing true, and with it, punch the angle instead. If he hasn't been spotted, this is for Rise essentially a massive issue they're going to run into head first.
So yeah, we've got control over Study, but time ticking away in a 4v5 here. You still got 5 members of Rise Nation ready to collapse down upon the objective. You've got 2 coming up the south stairs, and laying in wait is Jarvis, evading the flashbangs beautifully. Third one will, though, land on his position. It still won't blind him out, and he'll land it out onto Crazy. You've got Hot and Cold inside of the vault, hitting his shot onto Acid as well. Hyper on a trade in England on a reverse now. Hot and Cold busting out of the vault will take 1, take 2, and now it's England last alive, pushing through Study. There's nothing left there. DarkZero will take the round on defense on time, and not enough of it left in the bank for Rise Nation. That's match point now.
Once again, showing how strong the defense is on Villa.
Enemy as Hyper will be holding off flanks, and here comes Jarvis up these stairs. They're just missing each other, but no, Jarvis will turn his back towards Hyper, and he'll collect the easiest kill of his life. So Jarvis will be felled, and that's one of your members that was downstairs. Still got Nix at the bottom of the astronomy stairs. Drones will descend in from Rise Nation. They won't really identify a whole lot. The collapse is coming from multiple angles here from Rise. They're going to have to isolate a plant spot.
So I wonder if there's going to be suitable coverage here for DarkZero, though, as they're going to watch through multiple doorways. Mint will take down England, trade it off as Acid manages to go for the plant after getting the kill that he needed. Mint unable to outduel Crazy, but BC slaps Crazy on down. Diffuser goes down successfully. Nobody the wiser to know that Rise was going for the plant. Either that or DZ just exercising extreme caution. You got Nix and BC back to back. Nix with a great read, takes out the drone, realizes he's going to be pushed. Good game sense to shut down Vandal. This is winnable, but the timer will be the main enemy. See, all of the bodies of Rise Nation have fallen far enough back. Amidst the smoke, this could possibly be an opportunity for Nix to get the kill. No, the C4 will miss, spraying through the wall. BC needs to look just a little bit lower. Down goes Nix. BC grabs 1. He's been so clutch before. He did it on attack, but on defense, he's running out of time, and all you need to do as Acid is just waste a lot of time. BC got it, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. That should be very easy for Rise Nation to hold on. An Empiric victory for BC will give Rise Nation an opportunity to tie and at least stop DarkZero from putting it away. We will need that 12th round as you predicted, Rob, and we might have a draw with Rise Nation and DarkZero, or DZ might be able to continue up their trend and see that round as a blip for the attackers.
Here from the rappel from 90 window as well, so then the Skeleton Key will be able to rip through that. You've got an entry in through Study, so Hot and Cold will shut that down momentarily as Acid will fall inside the objective. Thankfully it wasn't carrying the diffuser, but you got a rotation now running into the headstrong approach here from Mint. He's going to very gallantly push himself into the door frame. He's got worries from the breach holes now, but a pre-fire coming out from Jarvis will down 1 onto England. That was the rappel in from the 90 window. Crazy on an immediate trade, though, into Jarvis will clear out 90. So now you've got Hot and Cold and Mint stuck inside a site, and you've got BC on a flank.
And Crazy is being watched quite heavily by Mint, who's now pushed on out and can give more information to Hot and Cold. All of this defense right now, though, is being used over on the Study side. Crazy picks up his 3rd, finishes off Hot and Cold. Mint is still going to exist. It's going to fall back quite a bit and wait for BC to possibly do some work. BC has been out of action this entire round, and the clock only shows 20 seconds remaining. Mint is under siege, though, for the time being. The IQ is going to creep on in, and every single body from Rise that is trying to deal with Mint is just getting gunned down by DZ. Another body being spotted as BC is going to now creep on over through the astronomy wall. Mint is completely blind, could possibly get jumped on, expecting a push, but Diffuse will need to go down as the clock is not working in Rise's favor. Crazy vulnerable for 5 seconds. He'll push on in. Oh no! Vandal downs BC. Mint will have to take it into his own hands! 2 huge kills! Even with the shield and the team on his back, it's Mint to save the day. DarkZero with the full 3 points and a massive victory leading into Milan over Rise Nation.
Another instance of Rise Nation keeping a game close against some of the best competition in North America, but ultimately they fall just short. Rise Nation, as we've noted a few times now, will